in this video, I have a saying about giving a rat's ass that's kind of funny. That how can you give a rat's ass? The ass of the rat isn't yours to give, so let the rat keep his ass. Or you can pick up a rat in tandem to somebody else's ass first, and yes, you're giving a rat's ass. And if the other person wants to accept the rat ass first, to give a rat's ass, you're sort of offering up the rat's ass, and it's up to the other person if he wants to accept. So I'll have another saying too, that in some certain things, that if a rat's ass should really be offered or even given about a particular subject. So that's what I say about tolerance to a certain thing. You can say sometimes you give a shit. There's some and I also have a thing where I say there's certain aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck. It's not that I don't give a shit or give a fuck. It's there's some aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck that I don't give a shit or a fuck about. And at any given time, when and where should a rat's ass be given, or a fuck be given, or a shit be given, or even offered? You know what I mean? Damn it. There. Alright. Alright, what's up, yins guys? Time for another video. I took cracks at doing a video like this before, but I just frankly can't stop laughing when I think about some of this shit, especially the YouTube. When I'm talking about laughing about, you try to, talk about some of this shit without laughing, because you eventually want to make a video, because I think the YouTube political theater and racial theater drama, I think it's fucking hilarious, and I could see I'm trying not to laugh, because I got things going around in my head about people, not just on YouTube, outside in the actual world, that I want to talk about to make a case for this particular subject. And like I said, sometimes I can't stop laughing. I'll be pausing in a video. I actually scrap videos because I'm pausing, because I got laughter going on in my head, if you will, and plus pauses because of a combination of laughter, and it's a matter of what parts or aspects of this subject matter do you want to include in the video, without overdoing it. But it's like this shit about fragility or fragileness, and the YouTube, it's mostly used, and they prefer that you use it in the preferred narrative. Okay, here's what I want to say. The preferred use of the word in using it, how they prefer you to use it, and the preferred narrative. Okay, so excuse the clumsy speaking, but it's like the way they prefer you to use it mostly is for the racial political theater on there. If you say anything like some of us, you can be black watching this and white watching this. Like I had friends and coworkers that were black, and people that look like me watching this, and I want to give you something that you can relate to as far as the fragileness, and it's not the people will be rolling their eyes at me, or even you, if you want to make a video, if it's anything other than the political racial theater version of fragility. In my case for it, yeah, I once was looking at a black YouTuber on YouTube, and I'm telling you this in a separate snippet that I'm editing onto this video to make sure, because I said this way in the video, and I want to make sure this gets in the video. This is the most important part, okay? When I seen a black gentleman say that even another person who is also black will not always congratulate you for doing better. Just because you're black, for example, other people that black, they're not going to all congratulate you for doing better. They're going to be like, give me that, or what are you doing with that? And
I also believe that that applies to people that look like me. People that look like me, they're not all going to congratulate me for doing better once I went downhill. They want you to fail. Oh, and to be fair, yeah, woman, if you're a woman, or if you're, even if you're gay, right? If you're one of the people that are gay, that I'm like, if that's what you want to be and you don't participate in all that other bullshit, and talking in parentheses, I don't believe in bullying or threatening anybody because they're gay, but you can be that, and most likely other people that are gay, probably they're not all going to congratulate you, are they? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, for example, I mean, you can go down the list, you know what I mean? Your own family members that are the same color as you, so-called friends that are the same color you, or look like you, and ones that are the different color or the different way too. So I'm just going to try to tell you here that it's not all that. I believe this fragile thing. Personally, I'm debunking any idea that it is only meant for using for this racial political theater. I think. Despite the popular BS they're trying to send you, the BS that they're trying to pitch to you, you see in your own life, you have your own, I think whether you're black or white watching, or anybody watching, you have your own stories about your own kind of pull bullshit, you know? Or stories from that person that worked next to you, the person that co-worker that's happens to be a different color as you, his ex-wife's relatives. He got stories, you know, that that party wants him to fail. And knowing that, that's a more of an answer to your racial issues, not people's like silly books on how everybody should change their personal life to suit everybody else, group everybody of a demographic together or a particular race together, or use books or use of words like fragile. I think the fragile thing is universal, really. So, yeah, it's like, I could give you a shitload of examples, because the reason why I'm making this video too, because I make videos on a couple other shit on people's behaviors, right? And I was kind of undecided on how you label different behaviors, okay? That people that you knew here and there, and how all of a sudden they're talking you to death, and then all of a sudden, bam, they give you this dirty look, and then they're just walking right by and not saying what's up. There's a reason for this. And people that are black, had other black people doing this. And I made videos about shit like this before, and what you call it, but I'm calling the behavior. And for Amazing Lucas fans, even though I'm thinking I might be wrong, but it seems like for his audience, he's more like catering to the... I think a lot of his other videos are hilarious, and I agreed with a lot of his stuff, like, then some stuff you don't agree with. Okay, and alright, here's another thing that I wanted to get right out, too, while I'm at it. This is important, too. I really should have opened up the video in this. I watched a lot of black YouTubers about different subject matter, which I think my answer to racism, too, or anti-Semitism, is not all this bullshit that went on in 2020, these bullshit narratives that you have to rearrange your personal life because of what some cop did. My answer to racism is really looking at certain black YouTubers that you're not allowed to look at. You know what I mean? For example, there's people telling you not to be racist, like the Antifa sympathizing answer to people that that worship Antifa and worship the radical BLMs and all that. You notice all there, you could take on a philosophy like I have, for example. Oh, some people ask, oh, you hate black people, or are you racist? I'm like, no. Being racist, damn traffic going by. Being racist is no fun when there's other black YouTubers with other points of view you could deliberately spread and share. So, you know what I mean? So, and just like, what's so fun about being anti-Semitic, when you could go around and spread Ben Shapiro videos. And I made cases where what I said right now, you try to suggest such a thing like that to a skinhead or a neo-Nazi, you'd get killed. If you suggest that you spread, that the answer is to deliberately spread Ben Shapiro videos or spread Brandon Tatum videos or spread some Amazing Lucas videos and spread Young Ripa videos, Ripaverse videos. So that I'm saying that Nazi shit doesn't work, but anyway, I'm trying not to get too off the subject. This fragile thing, this fragility thing, they prefer it be used for the racial political theater, and I say no. There's people my own kind. I can say examples, and you can be black too. Mostly the people for the gossip. You can have your so-called friends, and you notice that they'll talk you to death, right? I'm just making this into a small nutshell thing. You can interpret anything you want. Say, you can interpret as, say, doing better job-wise. I'm not going to go and make a long-ass video on all kind of topics. It could be a wide range of things that you can have your so-called friends with. Certain people you think as friends that'll be the same race as you. And people just look like me, or certain old people. That, for example, you think your friends are talking you to death. And all of a sudden, they don't say it, but, for example, you disrespected them all of a sudden because something that they thought really isn't so. And then you go and all of a sudden you're looking, how you find this out, so I'm not being paranoid either. The way you find this out, if you pay attention, okay, you don't figure that shit until it goes down and be thinking about it later. You're like, this people talking me to death, and some really petty trivial thing, as soon as they find out, you see this look in their eyes and they're like they're gritting their teeth, or all of a sudden, and then the next day is from then on, they're walking right by you without saying hi or without saying what's up. And you put two and two together, it's almost like these people are nice as pie to you, very talkative. You can't get away from them. They're talking you to death. They're real motorheads, right? And then all of a sudden, they're like, something petty that they find out, that happens. That's how you put it together. All of a sudden, there's sudden change in behavior and all that. They just walk right by you, and sometimes they'll be with other people. You'll see them with other people on another corner somewhere, mumbling under their breath to these friends, and maybe a little bit of slight heckling or laughter or whatever the heck, talking under their breaths, some kind of shit, you know what I mean? What it is, okay, I make my case for it being fragile because, it can be, you fill in the blanks examples. It's like one of these people, so-called friends, you're doing a little bit better than they thought. It shows because of their all of a sudden not talking to you anymore. It could be a coworker right in your place. And you put two and two together, and it's like, they're all nice as pie to you as long as they were thinking all this whole time. You could be talking to these people for years. It can be your own relative, people that are the same color as you, and other color you. So it's not just racial theater, like people using it from that. I say it's universal, and I made videos about it. I was, pow, duh, yeah, could call that fragility, being fragile. And people be saying, oh, how dare me turn around. I'm just some person with a smart mouth. Use it for reasons other than the racial political theater, because it seems like whether you're a white leftist or some person around on YouTube or out in the world using it for racial purposes, whether you're a white leftist or some person of color that's on that other extremist level, you know what I mean? Like and it would be the character of the kind of people that wouldn't want me to listen to certain, like, people like Young Ripper and Ripaverse. If you want to bring race into it, the people that tell you not to be racist always also give you a list of people black YouTubers that they prefer you don't listen to, and that you're also allowed to not like. Don't be racist. I mean, I'm not being too off the subject, but this is part of it, because that's part of the value system that most of the people will use the word fragility for, and the same kind of people, whether it's black or the white leftists. Oh yeah, tell you how to not be racist, and also give you a list of black people that you're allowed to dislike and a lot of hate, and don't be anti-Semitic, but don't be anti-Semitic, right? But here's a list of Jews you're not allowed to like. You're not allowed to like Ben Shapiro, no. But anyway, the fragility thing is, say you do your job too well among people of your own kind, and there's some people that are different races. You say in a workplace, you've got people. My excuse, say you can be. From my example, like I said too, I worked in places that, yeah, you had friends that are black because you have things in a job that you're real good at. Of course, there's things you're horrible at. You could be black, the same thing. People of your own kind. I had people that, that were black, right, and say so and so, he's good at that. Yeah, have him do this. And you'll have somebody that's black, for example, that just comes in there that happens to be black, but he's a shit starter, and he figures just because he's black that these people that kind of have respect for you in a particular job and say you're good at a particular job, but we'll get someone to do it. These people will try to turn these other black people that know you against you, do passive aggressive shit, and they're the ones, just like the white guy will do the same thing. He might be leaning to the white leftist type or some other kind of low life of the kind, and he'd be white and this kind of low life, and he thinks he's gonna pander to people because they're black or whatever. And these people knew you longer, and they know you pull your weight. And like I said, what you get people that are black, they're your friends, and you got these other ones that come in after to be black, they're shit starters, and the black people to your friends, they're not born yesterday, you know what I mean? And black on black fragility, white on white fragility. Yeah, and yes, you got people that cry about all. You got people that are racist out there, diehard racists over there. Oh, there's somebody black in this and that, and crying about it. Well, my point is, before there was this YouTube and all this other racial political theater that they're using that word fragile in, before YouTube, I live in Western Pennsylvania. My hair grayer and a little balder now, but I remember being in my 20s in Western Pennsylvania. You land a job that's above minimum wage. People that look just like me, being all fragile, they find out that something that you're doing better, and all of a sudden they stop talking to you, or they're giving you these dirty ass looks. Some of your people that are related to your own relatives. And I had black co-workers of the day too, that were friends of mine, talking about their ex-wives, family members finding out. Like, you can have this friend of your guy you work with that is black, right? And he'll have, maybe he was unemployed for a while and he's doing better, and his ex-wife's relatives are all pissed off, dirty looks, and they're all of a sudden, someone that were friends, all of a sudden not friends anymore. I'm giving you in this nutshell behaviors. Look, everything without making a long ass video, the dirty ass looks, and this fragile thing. As far as to actually get a grip on this fragile thing. Okay, if you're white, you look like me watching, maybe balder than others, or if you're on your YouTube or damn traffic and noisy ass traffic in the background. Say you can have hair like mine and be have the follow the Styx Hexenhammer 666 politics. I'm actually a different version of him, just a little bit more balder. You can be somebody look like you, like they're fragile, you know what I mean, before this YouTube ever came around. But what I should have said in the beginning of this video, I looked at a lot of black people with points of view, some of them that you're not allowed to look at. You know what I mean? And coming from certain black YouTubers, they had to say even your own kind are not going to congratulate you for doing better. You know what I mean? I heard that from black YouTubers. Your own kind ain't going to congratulate you. And same with me here. You look like me. Other people that look like me ain't going to congratulate me for doing better. They got these people, so-called friends, that are nice to your face, and they find out, oh, and they're nice to you as long as they find out something. It seems like they're nice to you just as long as they think in their minds that you're a step under them and they find out otherwise. And you talk about it, you're being paranoid, but the shit, it shows when all of a sudden they change. Like I said, they walk by without saying, I had that happen like years ago. Different kind of old people. I told my partner about certain old people that I knew as a kid that you were in your first apartment, you go back to the old town, they find some shit about you, all that they heard. They're talking you to death any other times, and the subject don't even come up. They're talking you to death for a long periods of time. Then all of a sudden the subject comes up about how you're doing and their version of it. All of a sudden their face changes. They walk right away and get, you know what I'm saying? That's a case for being fragile. You can have, all it really takes is some people that you knew for a long time, and they find out some shit, and all of a sudden you see their face change, and they quit. They walk right away in the middle of the conversation. You know what I mean? When they're usually known to talk you to death. I mean, you could have, you can be black in your own people. You can have stories about your own people like this, because like one black YouTuber said, even you're black, you're people just like you ain't going to congratulate you. They're going to be like, give me that, or what are you doing with that? Same thing, people look like me. Give you dirty ass looks. You have some friends among them. And then you got other people that are black other than your friends. Dirty, you get mostly dirty ass looks probably, and you don't want to accuse them of being racist, but not. Maybe they're giving you dirty ass looks not because of your race, but because of the shit that they're finding out, to be fair, you know what I mean? So, my people look like me, it'd be like, not going to congratulate me for doing better, you know? Downhill a little while and then back up. They're going to be like, oh, give me that, or what are you doing with that? Or old people are your own race, and then you can be black, right? There's some of the old people, the gossips. Both black and white people have the female gossips and cackling hens that gossip or whatever the hell. I mean, most of us that ain't racist or follow this white fragility bullshit. I don't know about you, but if people like me look at white comedians and black comedians, and some of us ain't comedians that we could more like talk on stage like Henry Rollins. Like some people laugh and some people don't. You know what I'm saying? But I imagine some good stand-up comedian material for people that are both black and white about a fragility among your own. You know what I mean? And different kind of old people of your own race. The cackling, gossiping hens, or the jealous dudes that look just like you know what I mean? And I'll say again, people that look like me, we're not all alike. I never, in my 20s in Western Pennsylvania, when I had one of my first good paying jobs on a minimum wage, ones that don't know you from Adam, the ones that look like me don't even know me from Adam either ways or something, talk to you a little bit. They sure as they find out one way or another, they ain't going to congratulate you for doing better, or they're giving you dirty ass looks, say, give me that. Or, like I said, repeatedly said in this video, different people walk right away from you all of a sudden in a mid-conversation when they were talking to you for years. That's a case for fragility to me, and it ain't just all racial now, is it? I mean, it's just how I can you can take this in a lot of different directions. You know what I'm saying? But you're pretty much debunking the racial political theater. It ain't just about that. I mean, a little bit of it is, but they're making it only that. You know what I'm saying? there's some kind of weird ass rule, either on YouTube or social media or what they're pushing in the world, even on the TV, that, oh, and I've seen it in books because I get a lot of free books that they're rejected from the library and give away books. I looked at them books, the White Fragility, the so-called anti-racist authors and all that. They want you to believe one narrative, and if you don't believe this one narrative, then you're in league with the Nazis and the skinheads. And then I'm like, with these people who try that bullshit on me, I'm like, nice try, asshole. It's more fun for me to spread Ben Shapiro videos or spread Young Ripper videos, and to debunk your I might be racist because I don't follow your narrative theory is debunked right off the bat. Because again, if I try to suggest this idea to a skinhead or a Nazi, I'd get killed. So, there you go.